Hey you guys, been a long time since my last update. My friends Marilyn and Chris have been here. Marilyn! Chris! Thank you guys so much. Here is the compost pile. So here we're looking at what will soon become the Daraja primary composting facility. This is what we've done so far this morning. Woo! No power tools in Africa. This is after lunch on the second day. Right, then we have the final product. Check it out. Hey, here I am with some of our compost stewards. They're going to describe the compost process. Girls, first introduce yourself.
My name is Evelyn.
Alice.
I'm Caroline.
I'm Elizabeth.
Marilyn.
Okay, what is the first ingredient in our compost?
The food scraps.
The food scraps. The second ingredient?
High nitrogen, which is manure.
Manure. Okay.
Carbon.
Then carbon. What's carbon?
Dry grass.
Dried grass.
And then water
And what does the water help do?
for the bacteria to survive.
It helps them survive. Then what do we do, Mary?
You mix them.
You mix it all up. Beautiful. Do you guys like the compost pile?
Yes!
We have tons of food scraps from the kitchen. You can see like the old kale stalks right there. About 30 pounds a day. So this pile I think is a little nitrogen rich. I've turned it every day for the last 3 days and it heats right back up. So more carbon I think is on the menu. Here's one that's been breaking down for a while. It's starting to cool off. You see that one done. And then the final bin is ready for the next ones to go. So the girls decorated this with the help of Homan and his friends. So it's really beautiful actually, I think. And then the final product was healthy soil. I'm really impressed with it. Here we have the water comes just off a little cashmere roof and tank we designed into it. And then you might remember from one of the videos, if it wasn't a video, the old pond that was all beat up and broken. Here's an old pond that I think I'm about to recommission. And here it is in today's iteration. Providing good habitat for the bees. It's been raining. Whoa! Double rainbow! So it's a little murky right now, but we have a lot of nice bee nectar and pollen sources around, just plants bees like planted around it. Why do we need stuff bees like, you ask? Well, we finished our beehive project. We got some bees. Just finished a seminar this last weekend called The Earth and Me, where we taught the girls different tools for and appropriate technologies for sustainable development and things they could do in their own houses and in their own shops, their little farms back home that really make a difference. One workshop I just led was tree planting, and we all planted trees, so let's take a look. So part of Kenya's constitution, newly, I guess I should preface this by saying Kenya recently just voted and passed a referendum to their constitution, which actually goes into effect tomorrow. There will be a big party. One of the articles of this new constitution is that Kenya shall be reforested and have 10% tree cover over the entire country in the next 5 years, which I think is really ambitious, but also incredibly inspiring to think of a country whose constitution actually says 10% of the country has to have trees. Moving on, we'll look at some baby swales. These are some little guys we dug just because we need to slow the water and just turn this kind of whole area here into an outside classroom. So I just did a demo workshop with the girls, telling them about contour and swales and A-frames. And here we just have it stacked. We're trying out some dead wood, carbon recycling here. Also does a good job to keep the water. This is the sisal tree here. We're using it, you can see those crossbars there. We have to build these little protective fences around anything because there's no real management on the cow grazing yet. But it has this really kind of almost like styrofoam, pithy core, so it does a good job holding the water. You can see some beans popping up, cowpea, peas, different types of beans. And then Marilyn's kind of planted some papayas on the bottom side here with some insectary plants. We can see that the cows do like to ruin everything, so this is one they broke through. We'll get that one fixed again. So these are all on contour swales. The little guys, the big stuff actually starts next week. That's gonna be my opus here is a couple mainframe swales up on the hill. Okay, so you might remember the chicken jail. It's not for any fault or intentional cruelty, but there are better ways to do it, which I will soon show how. Well, here we have graduated from the chicken jail, and we got our troop dome built up. They are hungry right now. Look at that. Anywhere I go, they're gonna follow me. But they're much happier chickens. They went from producing like 3 eggs a day for all of these guys in that jail, and now they're producing 24 eggs a day on average. So they're also doing a good job of digging up and getting rid of this cynodon or Bermuda grass. So this was one of the spots that they actually cleared for us. Quite the difference. This is another one that we have mulched, but I planted just some green mulch, some Sudan grass and cowpea here that Marilyn picked up. How are we gonna get them back? I'll show you. I gotta get some food. I'll be right back. Chris calls them zombies, and you can see why. Watch this. What? All right, I gotta put the camera down to feed them real quick. Eating away. Now I can get the eggs, so I'm just gonna gather them later, but I'll show you right now. This is just since the morning. So the kitchen was in need of a garden of sorts. Marilyn and Chris were in charge of that, and it wasn't so much thought of to do a herb spiral. At first it was, but then it came to the realization that the garden actually only uses, or the kitchen only uses about 4 different types of herbs. So an entire garden full of all the different types of herbs really wasn't practical. So we kind of reformed the idea of a herb spiral and made a little kitchen garden that just had oregano, rosemary, and then dania or cilantro. And so this is how it looks right now. So we brought the stones over, and the center is for cilantro. The kitchen uses by far more of that than anything. And then here we just are starting to establish some rosemary and oregano plants. They went in about 2 weeks ago, and they're gonna start getting bigger and better. Then we have this other bed over here that will be for cilantro as well. The fence, again, to keep the cows out. And then we have a little passion fruit here we're gonna train up along it. We're also gonna plant a pumpkin because the leaves of the pumpkin are used in some of the dishes for spicing and coloring, as are the flowers. So there is the kitchen garden. I think that completes the update for the most part. Most of the work that has taken place over the last month. Big thanks to Marilyn and Chris. They came in and brought a lot of great energy and were able to get a lot done while they were here. And I'm sure Daraja thanks them. Same to Homan and his crew. You guys made a really solid plan and helped out with all the painting and everything. So thank you for that. I'm going to be down in Nairobi uploading this video because the internet there is better than the internet here. Marilyn and Chris are actually taking off tomorrow. Holman and his friends left already, so as far as actual volunteers go, I think I'm going to be the only one here right now for the next little bit. Andy and Peria are still here. Not that you guys know them, or maybe you do. And yeah, I just want to say much love to all you guys back home. And everything is moving along swimmingly. Alright, lots of love.